Hey everybody, let's see if I can get this. I want to do there we go. I want to do a live post where I'm just crocheting because I haven't done my hair and makeup today. And so let's do this. I am going to pick a pattern and start working, and hopefully I can read your comments here as I work and we can crochet together. I hope everyone is doing well. Let me grab some yarn, and I have my trusty eye hook, which you know is my favorite. And let's see what we can do. Should we just do a spontaneous design thing today, or do you want to do something specific? If I do something specific, I had to grab my Go Crochet book so that it lays flat. This is what happens when I'm spontaneous, friends. I just totally have lost track of where I am. So let me find a book for us to play with. Should we read? Should we read along and do a pattern? Let's see what today is. On this, the 365 Crochet Stitches a Year perpetual calendar that came out probably 10 years ago, let's see what today's pattern is and just do it. What do you think of that? Let's stitch and read together. Oh, it's a bobbled textured balls pattern. So let's see. I have no idea. I had no idea. This is just going to be stitching spontaneously with Ellen. I have not practiced this pattern. I have not made sure that it is accurate. I just pulled it up because today is the 26th of March, right? I think. So let me grab some yarn. Maybe you could grab some yarn too and we can crochet together. That green is very pretty in the example there, but let me grab, how about orange? I always have orange handy. I don't know why, probably because it's not my favorite color. And so therefore I always have it. Hey there, Brat's mom, good to see you. You're welcome for the pet show this morning. It was kind of funny. Hobie was introduced to blueberries and he was playing with it, and so I thought I would capture a little moment of it. So I just have a worsted weight yarn, and this happens to be Cascade Yarns Pacific. Nice. In the color 25. It's superwash merino wool and acrylic. So very nice yarn, very nice texture. Orange is not my favorite color, but it's okay. We can be pushed out of our comfort zone a little at times. I'm making a slip knot. Because I'm doing this video live, I don't know if I'll be able to flip it for left-handed people later. So let's just go for it and see what happens. So the pattern says chain a multiple of 5 plus 3. And to read through the pattern before we begin is always a smart idea. I don't always do that, but since we're live on air, maybe I should do that. Work 5 treble in specified stitch. Oh, okay, treble, so tall popcorn stitches. Drop loop from hook, insert from front to back through the first treble of the group, insert into the drop loop and draw through. Okay, so it is a popcorn. It's just instead of double crochet popcorn, it's going to be treble crochet popcorn, and there's going to be 5 of them. Good to know. All right, single crochet in second chain from hook, and in each remaining chain, chain 4. Got it? Treble in next stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, popcorn, chain 1, skip, treble next 2. Okay, let's try it. Push all the popcorns to the right side of the fabric, fine. Single crochet in each treble and in each chain 1 space and in each chain 1 atop of each popcorn. Okay, chain 4 and turn. Repeat rows 2 and 3 for pattern. Okay, let's read and stitch along, shall we? I hope you guys are doing well. We are in the midst of staying at home. Stay at home world these days, isn't it, in the United States? So I hope you are staying safe wherever you are holed up at home. Chain 5 plus 3. So let's see how many I feel like doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that enough? Maybe one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then add 3. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet in the second chain from the hook and in each remaining. Oh, I forgot about that part. So in the second chain from the hook, we are going to single crochet and single crochet in each remaining. So while I'm doing this, I'm single crocheting in the back ridge or back bump or back bar, whatever you want to call it, of each chain all the way across, because that's how I like to do it, because it makes a nice pretty edge on the other side. While I'm doing this will take a moment. I hope you guys are all doing well. As you know, I told you before that 2 of my nieces, my husband's sister's daughters, are both married and having their first babies this summer. So my 2 nieces, our 2 nieces, Jessica and Erica, who are sisters, are having both baby girls. So we are going to be celebrating in July for Erica's baby, Erica and Jeff, and August for Jessica and Nate's baby. And both of them are girls, so exciting. So the other day I had the joy of buying some yarn. I ordered some yarn to come. You remember on my last live video, I was thinking of like what to make for them, and should I make blankets? Should I make a cardigan? Should I make a layette? What should I do? So while I was perusing on my couch during spring break instead of on the beach where we had planned to go, but then canceled our trip for lots of reasons, I was looking through my stitch books and looking through the yarn, and I chose some really pretty yarns. The first one is a Louisa Harding yarn, and I'm going to do a yarn haul video when that yarn comes in so you guys can see me and see what I chose. But I chose a lovely multicolored yarn to make matching sweaters for the little girl babies, our little grand or great. Does it make a difference? Grand or great nieces? So I'm going to make little cardigans. That's the plan. And I've chosen a multicolored yarn so that I could just do single crochet or something really basic stitch pattern, and it'd be really easy. So that was the foundation row, essentially, is just single crochet, so that's super easy. And then looks like we get into pattern here on row 2. So this becomes, and it doesn't say, oh, chain 4. They put the turning chain at the end of that row. 1, 2, 3, 4. All nieces are great. And then we turn, and then this becomes the front or the right side. So from henceforth during this pattern, when I have the tail over here on my right, because I am right-handed, then it will be the right side of the pattern. Okay, so I chained 4 and we turned, and we're going to treble crochet in the next stitch. So not this first one here right below the chain 4, but in the next one. So I'm going to treble crochet, yarn over twice and insert, and then chain 1 and skip a stitch. Okay, chain 1, skip a stitch, and then in the next stitch I'm going to work a 5 treble popcorn. Okay, so yeah, 2 lovely nieces having daughters of their own, and that's going to be super exciting. So I have the multicolored yarn, which is going to be for little matching cardigan sweaters or pullover sweaters. I haven't decided for the babies. And then I chose 2 sets of solid colored yarn, and frankly, I'm not even sure what I picked anymore because I had so many options. I know Erica's, I emailed her, texted her, and asked what her baby colors were going to be for the baby's room, and it was like periwinkle and gray. So I chose a yarn that I thought would go well with that color scheme, and I'm making this popcorn out of these big trebles by taking my hook out of the loop, inserting in the first stitch, putting that loop back on the hook, drawing that loop through that first stitch. And then it does say chain 1. And it says skip the next stitch, which is right here. You might miss it since it's nestled down there by the popcorn. It's right there. We're going to skip that one. And in the next one, we're going to treble in the next 2 stitches. So we can do that. So, and then our other niece, Jessica, she is doing a color scheme of pastel colors, pink and blue with white furniture and accents of gold, she said. So I tried to pick a nice yarn for a blanket for Jessica's baby that would complement that color scheme. So I've got baby sweaters, hopefully in the works, and baby blankets, hopefully in the works. That's a lot of projects for July and August, but we will see what happens. Okay, and then after I trebled in each of the next 2 stitches, I'm going to repeat from the star across. So going back up here to the star, it says chain 1, skip the next stitch, okay, and then popcorn in the next. So remember, go back up to your stitch guide if you are unsure, if you don't remember what the popcorn is. But for this one, it's 5 trebles made into a popcorn. So after each stitch is complete, treble, treble, it's each stitch, we're placing 5 completed stitches in the same spot. There's 4, one more completed stitch in the spot. When all 5 stitches are complete, I'll drop the yarn, insert the hook in that first stitch of the 5, place the hook back on the yarn, and place that loop through the first stitch. And then, if I remember correctly, it's chain 1, skip a stitch here, and then treble in the next 2, 1 in each. So if you are wanting to practice reading stitch patterns, it says treble, TR, in each of next 2 stitches. So if it were 2 trebles and 1 stitch, the 2 would have been in front of the TR. But in this case, it says treble in each of the next 2 stitches. So that means 1 in each. So we will do that. It's hard to tell how my lighting is coming across. I lifted my table so I could stand. Patrick has my chair for his digital learning, which is fine. It's actually his chair to begin with, honestly. So we are, and while we're repeating from the star across, after I did the popcorn, chain 1, trebles in each of the next 2 stitches, repeat again from the star all the way across. So I need to go back up here, chain 1, skip 1, popcorn. Okay, we can do this. So that's a lot of projects for these great nieces that we are going to have. So exciting. I do have a heads up on one of the babies' names, but it's still so early. I don't even want to say it for fear of, I don't know. They might change their mind. You never know. I didn't change. The lighting is fine. Thank you so much. We didn't choose our daughter Mara's name until literally we were walking in the hospital. I really thought she was going to be a boy, frankly. And so that wasn't really, we weren't really expecting a girl. And so we got to the hospital and we're like, we were literally walking in the hospital and we're like, what if it's a girl, And I don't know how we happened to come across the name Mara. We definitely had thought about it before, and it's Irish for Mary, and we thought it was really nice, and Gormley is Irish originally. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches left. If we continue in the pattern at this point, we would skip 1, popcorn, skip 1, and then treble in the last 2, and it looks like that all works correctly. So at the end, it looks like because there's no stitches after the star, there's no like leftover stitches. The repeat ends on the final stitch is what I'm trying to say. So there's no additional stitches. The chain 1 is just the turning chain for the next row. So because there's no stitches written after the word across, that tells me that our repeat ends with the final stitch. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And it does, because I just counted it out. Skip 1, popcorn, skip 1, 2 trebles. All good. Okay. So we picked the name Mara, and I've always been glad. I think it's a nice name, and I think she likes it well enough. So I'm pleased. So I don't know, maybe our nieces, will change their mind about their names. But like I said, we literally didn't pick Mara's name until we were walking in the hospital, though we had discussed it, of course, ahead of time. So one more popcorn. I hope you all are doing well with your homestay and work from home. And if you have to go out and work for whatever reason, I'm sure it's important and necessary. And thank you for doing what you need to do. Hopefully everyone is able to make the most effort to be as safe as you can be. So at the end of our row, it said make sure the popcorns are popped. Can you see them? Make sure the popcorns are popped to the front, and indeed they are, because remember, this is now the right side or the front side of the fabric, since it told us that after we did the single crochet row and turned. So the next row, which is row 3, it says, remember, we'll have to chain 1 and turn, and then we'll single crochet in each treble and in each chain 1 space and in each chain 1 at the top of each popcorn. Okay, so single crochet all the way across. We can do this. Chain 1, turn, and then single crochet all the way across. 1, and this is where I probably would count so that for subsequent rows I'll know exactly how many. So we had 2 trebles, then we had the chain 1 space, remember? Then we had a popcorn, then we had a chain 1 space, and so this will help me make sure to put a single crochet in all the right spots. Do you see how I'm kind of reading the pattern backwards now? So single crochet in the treble, single crochet in the treble. It did say single crochet in the each chain 1 space. It did say single crochet in each popcorn. There we go. Chain 1 space. Give myself some more yarn here. I'm assuming Hobie is downstairs at Mara's feet because she is in the kitchen making lemon bars right now. And I think Theo is with Patrick because Patrick is doing his digital learning school from home day today. So I assume that's where our pets are. Minnie, of course, is in the basement where she lives, which is fine. I will go visit her later. So I kind of abandoned the counting thing because I got to talking instead and reading the stitches. We just want to make sure not to forget this final treble crochet over here, to make sure and get that single crochet in the top, the 4th chain of the beginning chain 4, which counted as a treble crochet. So here's the back side of the fabric. Here's the back side. This is row 3. And here is the front side of the fabric. And essentially, this is it. This is it, friends. This is the whole pattern. It's just repeat rows 2 and 3. So it makes a really soft, squishy pattern. Of course, the yarn makes a huge difference, but it's going to be a nice, squishy thing. So let's do another row, shall we? I've got the time. Do you have the time? All right. So all of our family members are using the internet at the same time. We'll go back to row 2 because it says to repeat rows 2 and 3 for the pattern. So henceforth, row 1 no longer exists. That was just the foundation setup. And so we are repeating rows 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. Also, the right side is the popcorn side, in case you forget, and the wrong side is the single crochet all the way across side. So we are going to chain 4 and turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn, and then treble in the next stitch. This pattern is pretty easy to remember. I think we got it now. So we'll chain 1 and skip 1. It's the same exact thing we did before, and place a popcorn here. So these are the first great nieces and nephews, but they're nieces, like I said, 2 nieces. So of the grandchildren, of which my children are 2 of the 11, these are the first babies that are coming into the family for the next generation. So exciting. So Erica and Jeff, yay, are due in July, and Jess and Nate are expecting their baby in August. Now, Jess and Erica are sisters, and they both have July birthdays. So, very appropriate. We might end up with July nieces, grandnieces still. I think I don't remember exactly when Jess is due in August. I think it's somewhere around the 10th. Hopefully she will just be right on time and not early, but they could have July babies having July babies. You never know. Hey, if you get a moment, hit that thumbs up button for me. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing well. The chat is pretty quiet today since I am doing most of the talking, huh? And I'm trying to read the comments as they come up. But since I'm using my phone and crocheting at the same time and looking and reading the pattern, hopefully I've not missed any comments, but I will certainly try to keep an eye on all of it. So this is a little bit of a different crochet conversation than what I normally do, but I thought I really wanted to give you guys a video. My hair and makeup weren't exactly camera ready, but I wanted to see you. So I thought this would be a good way to do a live stream and get a video up as soon as possible, but also maybe give you something that's useful. So here we go. So I'll try later to put tags in this video to help people find it, that it is a helper with learning to read patterns. And like I said, I'll do a video of the yarn haul when the yarn arrives that I ordered for the grand nieces. I think grand sounds better than great nieces, although maybe there's a difference. I don't know. Maybe some genealogy expert who is watching might know the difference between a grand niece and a great niece, if there in fact is a difference. Okay, here we go. And while I'm talking, hopefully I'm not messing up the pattern. I don't think I am, but it is possible that I would miss something because I'm talking and not concentrating. Anyway, let's do another row or two here together and see what it looks like. So this is, maybe I should start a new, oh, I got to finish that one. There we go. Maybe I should start a new playlist, which is the, whatever day it is, I will do the video. Oh, Brad is watching just in case Theo shows up. That's nice. Well, good to talk to you. I did close the door because Patrick is doing his Zoom classes or whatever, and I know Tom is home working on conference calls and stuff, and Mara's downstairs cooking, so I didn't want to be too noisy as everyone is trying to concentrate. So probably Theo has gotten closed out of the room. Hobie is definitely closed out of the room, but he is probably, like I said, downstairs in the kitchen with Mara. And I anticipate that Theo also is scouting for goodies in the kitchen or something. So there's another row. So I hope you can see just how lovely this surface texture is. So it is a rather holy pattern, which is a little bit different than what I expected when I looked at the picture, because the picture you can't see any light through it. But because these trebles are tall, there's a lot of light that comes through this pattern. This would make a really excellent blanket, although popcorns do use a lot of yarn. Oh, am I hearing somebody at the door? Am I hearing little paws at the door? So popcorns do use a lot of yarn. So if you want a good stash busting pattern, this would be great. And you could alternate colors. There's no reason why this has to be solid. You could do 2 rows of one color and 2 rows of another, or you could do color for the popcorns and then like a neutral color for the single crochets, and then do another color and then do the same neutral color again. And then so they would be kind of outlined. That would be kind of cool. Hey, should we do that? Let me finish this stitch in a different color. Now, if we did that, we'd have a lot more cutting. Let me grab another color. Let me grab purple because it's handy. So if we did the single crochet rows in a different color, they would kind of outline these popcorn rows, but then the yarn would end up in the wrong place to pick it up again. So hence right now, the orange that I have just dropped is going to be here on the left when I have the right side of the fabric facing me. This is all right-handed orientation because I'm right-handed. So when I finish this row of single crochet, my purple will be over here, and I need the orange over there to then come back. So that could be a lot of cutting, but it would be kind of look probably pretty cool to outline these popcorn rows. Ooh, that's what I could do. I could carry it. I could just carry the orange back with me. So then it'll be over here when I'm ready to pick up and do the next popcorn row. So we can just carry the orange along as if, you know, even though we're not even using it. And then we'll have to carry the purple across also so that it will be ready next time we use it. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll become clear in a moment. So I'm just working the same single crochet that we had on the previous row 3. And I am, did I miss one? Let's see, each treble, the space, the popcorn. Okay, this was supposed to be the space. But you could have fun with color is what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be just solid. And then single crochet in each of the treble. I'm just pulling, holding that orange on the top and pretending it's not even there and working around it. Working in the space, working in the popcorn, working in the space, working in the treble, working in the treble, working in the space, working in the popcorn, working in the space, working in the treble, working in the treble, working in the space. My yarn has gotten to the front there. Working in the popcorn, working in the space, and working in the next 2 trebles. So I think I forgot to turn my do not disturb on my phone when I started recording, so hopefully a phone call won't come through, but if it does, it will stop the video. Okay, and then I would pick up the orange to do the next row. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn, and I'm going to hold the purple this time on the surface and do and carry it along instead. So put it up there, yarn over twice, insert in the stitch, chain 1, skip 1, holding that purple there, begin my popcorn in the indicated skipped stitch. So kind of interesting. So we could have fun with this. It's all fun. I hope you're having some time to crochet and rest and relax and meditate and visualize and pray and exercise, and I hope you have plenty of time these days. Although I know so many parents are trying to work from home and homeschool their children and fix 3 meals a day and keep the house and exercise and take advantage of all the free learning stuff online, and it's just a lot, and trying to stay healthy all at the same time. So while some people, this is a really point of relaxation for people, it's also very, very stressful for a lot of other people. So hang in there. Also, shout out to all my nurse, doctor, medical technician, first responder type friends, all of you, all still working super hard. So thank you. All of my truck driver friends, I have a few, and people who are clerks at the grocery stores and, office workers at the medical places, you guys are working hard, and I appreciate it. It's really nice. The grocery store workers, that's rough work right now. So thank you very much for doing your part, even if your part is to stay home, because staying home is not always easy. So here we go. So popcorn. So kind of interesting to play with color in this way. Hey, Brian, good to see you. So I thought I would spontaneously come on here live, and it would be fun to do a read and stitch along because I'm not camera ready myself. Plus, I wanted you to see my pretty nails, like my pretty purple nails. So Mara has discovered China Glaze nail polish, and I have to admit it's pretty gorgeous stuff, and it's really held in there well, even though I do have some chips because of doing dishes and stuff washing my hands so often, but it's a really quality product and I like it. So we are having fun painting our nails just about every day, a different color. And so today is purple. So this popcorn stitch that we're doing is a group of 5 trebles, completed trebles. And then, and I admit, guys, I've not crocheted slowly for you much today, so I've been just going at it. So I'm sorry if I'm going too fast, but hopefully you can replay, rewind, pause when necessary if you need me to. Okay, so this is what happens when we make that single crochet row a contrasting color. So we could continue with that process. Can you imagine? I'm thinking like a temperature blanket. Have you seen those where you do just a row or two a day based on the temperature where it is, where you are? And so like this would be like a hot day, but you would designate your yarns at the beginning of the year, like what colors are going to be for different temperatures that would fall in the spectrum of where you live. So, and then you could have one neutral color that is the unifying color for the entire piece. So the purple would be like the neutral color, and then you would change these colors, the popcorn stitches colors, based on the temperature that day. So here it is 68 degrees today, which is very warm. So it probably would be a warmer yellow or an orange, depending on what color I chose for, 60 to 65 or 65 to 70 at the beginning of the year. And so that would be fun. Or you could do a total, oh, my nails for Easter, yeah. You could also totally do rainbow or just alternate colors, black and white, and with stripes of red, or you could just totally have a lot of fun with this. But anyway, so since I didn't know what I was doing today when I spontaneously turned on the camera, I found my perpetual 365 crochet stitches a year calendar that's probably 10 years old, and I turned to March 26th, and that's what we chose. So I hope you have enjoyed this crochet conversation, this little quick stitch program, this little read and stitch along. I will, after we're done here and I get some more, I have to go back to work for a little while, but when I get a moment, I'll try to find a way to reverse flip this video so that my left-handed friends will also have a shot at this pattern. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and I really have enjoyed the break with you. Please let me know down in the comments if you like this like spontaneous crochet conversation where we actually crochet rather than talk, or if you like both, or if you want me to start a new playlist that is spontaneous sit and stitch. I hope you all are well, and I have to find a way to turn up. I think I can do it, but I will see you next time. Please give this a thumbs up if you don't mind, and I will see you soon. Be well, everyone.